Good morning. It's Monday. We back at it again. So if you've never been here before, good morning. My name is Jen, and my goal on this app is to promote positivity, help people heal, and help you feel better, even if you're going through it. So consider this the beginning. I'm going to tell y'all how I survived a toxic relationship that almost took my life. Alright, so we're going to start from the beginning. 2010, and I'm also going to refer to my ex as Goofy because I'm not going to say his real name because I just don't want to. 2010, I met my ex-husband. I was feeling good about myself. I had started working out. I had lost a little bit of weight. I had just come out of trying to reconcile with my oldest son's father. My oldest son's father never really was a part of his life. He ended up going to jail, and that was my escape out of an abusive relationship, and we lost touch. He found me. He begged me to spend time with his son, only to find out about a month or two in, he didn't want to be bothered because he wanted the relationship back, not to spend time with our son. When I declined, my oldest son's father said, "Screw you and this kid." I said, "Okay, deuces. I'm good. I've been good. I'm going to be good, and we going to be good." So I moved on. So anyway, so I had this new, what I thought was self-confidence and self-esteem. I was really, really insecure. But what I was doing was I was working out, and I was doing my face every day, going to work, and I was making sure my hair was laid. I was doing all the outside things and not really working on the inside. So I felt like if I look great outside, I'm good. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I don't need nobody. I'm good. I was on that. I don't need nobody. So I was even going out by myself. My homegirls, most of them were married at the time, or they was booed up, so they weren't really going out to the club. At this time, I was 30 years old. Yes, I was 30 years old. Wow. I'm 45 now. It's crazy. So I was 30 years old. You know what I'm saying? I had just turned 30. I was coming into what I thought my real independence, and my son had just turned, he just turned 3. Yeah, he had just turned 3. So anyway, I decide one night I'm going to go to Midtown. I'm going to go party. And I go to this little club. I want to say, oh God. Oh, Leopard Lounge was the name of it. Oh, if you know, you know. So I went to Leopard Lounge, and I'll never forget, I had on this denim, like fitted, stretchy maxi dress. Like a denim bandage dress. It was fitted. Because I had a little shape back then. It was strapless and it was fitted. And I had my brand new Coach bag. My brother had bought me this black Coach bag for Christmas. And I had on these black knee-high boots. My hair was short and curly. I used to like gel my hair up, with the little curls. And I believe my hair might have been like an auburn color. Face was beat. I had my little eyeliner to make my eyes look slanted, It was 2010, y'all. Don't judge me. I just got my oldest son's name tatted right here. If y'all know, I got Avery right here. Not on my breast, but like up here on my like below my collarbone, but above my breast. Anyway, so I had named Avery tatted. Fresh tat, right? It was still healing. It wasn't greasy or nothing. It wasn't peeling, but I had probably had it a couple months. So I always wanted to show my little tattoo. That was my baby. So I decided, my girlfriends, they canceled on me. They didn't want to go in the club. I gotta turn this heat down. Sorry, y'all. They didn't want to go in the club. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna go by myself. So I go, and I'm fly, and I got me a little money, you know what I'm saying? And I go to the club. I think my parents had taken my son out of town. They used to do that and take my son to see his great-grandparents and family in Mississippi, like whenever there was a school break. So whenever there was a school break, that was my time to hang out. So I had a nice day at work. I made me a little bit of money, but I was cute back then. So I was like, I ain't got to spend no money. Plus, fun fact, I used to be a club promoter. So I still was in good touch with a lot of the promoters. One of the dudes that was security at the door, actually, I knew very, very well. So I was like, hey, what up, bruh? Blah, blah, blah. He let me in. I go to the bar. I know the bartender. You know what I'm saying? He making me drinks, and like I ain't gotta pay for nothing, right? Then there's dudes in there. Dudes are like, hey, how you doing, Miss Lady? You know, whatever. Like I said, I was that girl at the time. Or at least I thought I was. So I'm going through the club. I'm dancing. I'm having a good time. Whatever. I meet me a couple of people. We exchange numbers. At this time, I had my very first smartphone. I think I'm doing a doggone thing. I had a little Nissan Versa. And you could not tell me nothing about me and my little car, okay? So, get ready to leave the club, and I'm walking out. And this little dude come out, and he got on like a little suit jacket and some trousers. Not like dressy, but like, you know, the little casual fly. He got on some little fly shoes, little jacket. He got a little swag. He had a little scarf on because it was cold outside, right? It's March, but it was kind of cool outside. If you know, you know. It rains in Georgia during March, and it gets very cool at night. So I'm trying to hurry up and get back to my car. So this little bald-head dude walk up to me, and he's like, hey, how you doing? He's like, man, you're beautiful. And I was like, thank you. So I'm trying to walk off. So he's like, let me walk you to your car. And I'm like, bro, I don't need nobody walking to my car. Thank you, I'm good. No, let me walk you to your car. Let me walk you to your car. Persistent. So, long story short, that was the night that I met my ex-husband. I'll never forget. I looked at him and I was like, I don't want to talk to you. You're shorter than me. I have a thing about that, y'all. If y'all don't know, I'm 5'9". This brother had to be all of 5'7", and I had on knee-high boots that probably had a heel about that high. So I'm like 5'10", 5'11". I'm maybe 6 feet with these boots on, and this little midget trying to talk to me. Excuse me. This little person. And I probably had on boots that are about, you know, a couple inches high, and this shorter dude trying to talk to me. And I was like, you short, I don't want to talk to you. And he's like, hey, give me a chance, you know what I'm saying? Like, let me take you out, let me, you know what I'm saying? Who you here with? And I'm like, I'm here with myself. And he's like, oh, you came out by yourself? He's like, where your girls at? And I was like, they wherever they at, I'm where I'm at. And he's like, all right, cool. Long story short, we end up hanging out every single day after that. Every day. Like when I was get off of work, he would come to my house. On the weekends, I would drive to him. At the time, he lived in Austell, which is about 40 minutes away. I lived in Stockbridge. I lived south of Atlanta. He lived north of Atlanta. At the time, he had a little car. But his car was a little beater, okay? Stupid me lent him my car. Unbeknownst to me, he did not have a driver's license and actually had a suspended driver's license and had felony DUIs. I found this out later. Long story short, a couple months into us dating, I had lent him my car. He's supposed to be driving back to pick me up. I'm blowing him up. Because I got to go to work. And I got to take my son to my either my parents' house or daycare. I forgot where he was going. But I had to drop my son off so I could go to work. I'm a licensed master cosmetologist. I do hair. I cut hair. So I had to be at the shop. So I'm like, bro, where you at? He not answering the phone. So I'm blowing him up. Because it's time for me to go. Like, he used to do club promotion as well. So he had been out all night. Alright. So he's supposed to drive back. And I'm supposed to get my car back, right? He's not answering the phone. And I get this sick feeling in the pit of my stomach. So I'm calling. Finally the phone rings back. But it's not him that says hello when I pick up. I say hello and I hear this weird male's voice. And I hear a lot of noise in the background. I'm like, what the heck is going on? I say hello. He said, hello, who is this? I said, you've been calling this number a lot. I said, yeah, I'm trying to reach my dude. And the person on the other end said, this is Fulton County PD. I said, what's going on? They said, he's been in an accident. He's flipped the car on the side of the expressway. The car is totaled and he is on his way to Atlanta Medical Center. When I tell y'all that my heart dropped into my behind, I'm trying not to cuss. The world started spinning, and I was like, holy crap. Because, guys, I was still paying on that car. I ain't gonna say how, when, who, whatever. That's whatever. But let's just say I was still paying on that car. So now I don't have a vehicle. What do you do when you don't have a vehicle and you don't have any money and you have just extremely messed up your life? You have to call your people. But I couldn't do that right then. So what I did, I went into solution mode, because I got to hurry up and get this together. Because if I miss work today, I got to be at work tomorrow. I can't play around. So I'm trying to figure out how the heck I'm going to do stuff. So I had me a little bit of money. But I also knew that my dude had come into a little bit of money. At this moment, I'm being selfish. I ain't thinking about him. I'm thinking about me, because you just wrecked my car, bro. I'm not thinking about you at all. Unbeknownst to me, he was drunk when he did it. All right. So they tell me he's at Atlanta Medical Center. So what I do is I go to my insurance company and I make sure that my insurance was not gapped or whatever. Because I think that was the day I was supposed to pay on my insurance. And I went ahead and paid it. I didn't tell them that the car was totaled. Then I ended up catching a cab to the express bus. In Georgia, we don't have a lot of public transportation, especially if you live outside of Atlanta. But they do have these commuter buses, really nice big coach buses, and they're very, very cheap. But they only run in the morning and in the evening during rush hour. So I put me and my then 3-year-old with his little backpack, my little purse, onto the commuter bus, right? We get on the commuter bus. We get to, I take that back. We did not ride a commuter bus down there. I take that back. I called a taxi, because back then we didn't have Uber. Keep in mind, it's 2010. I called a taxi. Did not have a car seat for my son, because guess what? My car seat is in the red car, right? So I begged the taxi driver, like, bruh, do you have a booster? Luckily, he had a booster in his car because he had kids. So he ends up, he gives me a deal. And I said, bruh, I just don't know what I'm going to do. Like I was telling him what was going on. And he said, I might be able to help you out. So we're talking, and you know, he thinks my son is adorable. He's like, man, I see you're a hardworking lady, blah, blah, blah. And I said, yeah, because I got to get to work tomorrow. I got to make sure my son's straight. Like, I don't know what I'm about to do. So I paid him and I tipped him. And he said, give me your number. I think I can help you out. So I'm looking at him like, And he's like, no, for real, I can help you out. I got a friend that can rent you his car. Really? Okay, bet. I said, because I have insurance that will cover, right? Okay, so, and I said, I have a clean license. You can check me, whatever. He said, call me later. Okay, bet. So I get to Atlanta Medical Center. I walk in with my son, and I go to the desk, and I'm like, I'm here to see Goofy. So they said, 1 second. So then an officer, a female officer, walks up, and she's like, hey, I just want to let you know he has company. I'm sorry, what? Because I at this point, I'm pissed. I'm like, thinking like, he got another broad up in there, and you done wrecked my goddamn car? Like, was a broad in my car? Like, I'm like finna go off, right? Because I already had a feeling something wasn't right. But I'd ignored the red flags, y'all. So anyway, homie is he's in the room when I walk in. Yeah, he has company. He has 2 officers outside of his door, and he is handcuffed to the bed. So at this point, I didn't know that he had been drunk when he was driving my car. When I saw him, I was like, oh shit. Because he is banged up. His lip is busted. His head is you can tell he has been in an accident. Thank God that he didn't break anything, but he flipped my car upside down and it skidded on the roof, y'all. Think of it as somebody flipped a skateboard. That's how he did my car. Because when I finally saw my car at the tow yard, the whole top of my roof was scratched up. He flipped the car. I don't know if he fell asleep or what. Anyway, he's like, oh, baby. Oh, I said, so I'm playing like I'm so concerned. At the time, I am pissed. And I'm really not a good liar, but in that moment, I knew I had to be. So I'm playing like I'm so concerned. And I'm like, you okay, baby? Oh, man, don't worry about the car. It's fine. I said, you know what? You need to let me hold your belongings because, you know, you finna go to jail. So, you know, they're going to take all your stuff. You want to make sure you get it back. So he took off his watch, took off his little jewelry. Really, his jewelry wasn't that expensive. He might have one piece of good jewelry and the rest of it was like some flea market, whatever. He's taking off his earrings and stuff. And then he hands me his wallet. Now, I don't know if he had filed, if somebody had filed taxes or I don't know how he came into this money. Anyway, I knew that he had anywhere from $400 to $800 on him. Plus whatever he had made from promoting the nightclub the night before. Because it was a big party. That's why I had let him borrow my car. Stupid, I know. So his wallet was fat, had all these bills in it. So he said, hold this for me and don't bail me out with this. Just hold this for me because I'm going to get out. It's fine. Don't worry about it. But hold this for me till I get out. I said, yeah, I got you. So we visiting. And there's a box there. And all I'm going to say is it had bodily fluids to be tested for DUI, to be sent off to the lab. For me to get that wallet with the money, we'll just say that the contents of that box might have disappeared. I don't know how. Anyway, me and my son walked out with that wallet full of money and that jewelry, okay? And in my mind, I know what y'all gonna say, oh, you supported him. Nah, bruh. I went ahead and took that money and I called that dude that was gave me the taxi ride and I said, hey, what's up with your friend? I got some money. What's up? Long story short, me and my son ride the commuter bus back to Stockbridge because the dude was doing another ride on the other side of town. He said, call me tonight, we'll meet up. Long story short, I end up renting this Jeep from a friend of his. I signed a little handwritten contract saying that I have insurance, blah, blah, blah. Now I have a ride back and forth to work. But here's the thing. I got to gas up this goddamn Jeep. So I still ain't told my people about what happened with my car. Because, of course, when I ride up with this Jeep, they're going to be like, where the is your car? So I had to tell my people what was what. And the reason why that's important is because they were always helping me with my son, helping me get things and elevate my life. And here I have messed up everything. So it really put a wedge in the relationship between me and my people, and that I still regret that to this day. So anyway, I know what y'all gonna say. That should be it, Jen. You left him alone, right? You left him, right? This is the end of the story, and then you moved on and you healed, right? No, that's not the end of the story. If you want to know the craziness that happened next, because it gets way crazier, stay tuned.